Guys, today I'm gonna be going over this hood recap. I know it's been a little minute since the last time I ever filmed a recap. We're back though. I'm gonna try to do these. Actually, I'm gonna try to record these live actually. This was I took this trade on live today. This was the only trade I took. Usually when I go one and done, I'll just do that. I'm not really too interested in going for different stocks, right? Better risk reward. You really only need one trade. So with this hood trade, I took it on live. For those who were on the live, you guys know exactly why I took it. But pretty much, I have a very simple strategy, right? I go for a bigger time frame inside candle, and if it decides to break either to the upside, I'd go for calls. If it decides to break to the downside, I'd go for puts, right? Now, I just don't take it simply just like that. But I do have different confirmations. I use a 21 EMA on a 15-minute time frame. I look for that 5-minute VWAP, either upside or downside, depending on which way the inside triggers. I look for 3-minute and 5-minute FEG, right, to follow along. And lastly, I want it to, trigger outside the inside, right? I'll show you guys right now. Now, if we look here, this is the opening candle today. Mind you, I took this play about, it's 1:15 Eastern time where I'm at right now. I took this play about like, I want to say 3 hours ago, y'all. No, actually 3 hours and a half ago, because market could be 4. Holy fuck, who's calling me now? Un momento, y'all. All right, yeah, I just got a call. I just got off. But as I was saying, right? So as you guys could tell, this is the opening candle on the 15-minute time frame. If you guys look to the 5-minute, this is the opening candle, right? 9:30 a.m. candle. Now, as you guys see here, last Friday we closed at 122.05. We opened this Monday. We opened around 123.79, which caused us to have a little bit of a gap up. Now, if you guys don't know anything about gap ups, gap downs, I suggest you guys go look at a video that not recently, it's been a minute, but a video that I've posted. I will update that pretty soon. I know I've been slacking, but it's pretty much a gap up versus a gap down, right? Now, if you guys look over here, this gap has been tested once, twice, 3 times, right? With this type of strategy, not trying to get out of topic, but with this type of strategy, you'd kind of look at it as a FEG, right? You'd want to go for the very first or second retest, right? Because if you go for that third, 9 times out of 10, it's getting weaker and it might invalidate and just rage through that whole thing, right? So as you guys can see, I seen that this gap down already had tested once, twice, 3 times. So right here, I have my strategy. Let's look at the 4-hour. This is the 4-hour inside that I am going based off, right? Right here, 4-hour inside. As you guys can tell, all I do is go to a smaller time frame. And right off the bat, let's look at the 15-minute time frame. Our 21 EMA line is this yellow line, right? The gap up causes to open up above the 21, which is my first confirmation, right? The second confirmation in the 5-minute VWAP is literally as we're triggering to get into some calls. Now, right here, what I did, usually I do go for breakouts, but in this case scenario, I wanted a candle close above, meaning a 5-minute candle close. So as you guys see, this very opening candle right here, we close above. I'm literally in on this candle, literally, y'all. So I'm in a trade at 9:35. And as you guys can see, what do we confirm? We confirmed that we closed above the VWAP. That's my second confirmation off my playbook right there, right? We get a 5-minute candle close. That's my third confirmation. So it's two confirmations literally happening at the same time, right? Now, if you were to go for a little bit for a safer entry, a 15-minute candle close above an inside, that would be amazing as well, right? This would have been your entry right at this new opening candle, because as you guys can see, the body closed above our reddish line right here, right? Meaning that's the 4-hour inside high. So literally those two things confirmed at the same time. And literally all it was doing was retesting our 4-hour inside just to go higher, right? Now here, the only thing that was missing was on the 3-minute, right? We kind of created this inside, not this inside, this FEG as we break above, right? Now with this whole strategy with your inside candles and stuff, you want a FEG to create either below as it's about to break, in the mist as it's breaking, or just as it's confirming, right, on the 5-minute time frame. So as you guys can see, 3-minute confirms here, which is a good sign for us because our confirmation candle is literally this next candle, right? So as it's making these new FEGs or trying to create those FEGs, we're literally getting paid, right? I think by the time it touched gap fill, we were up, I want to say like, I can't remember. I think we were up like 30-40%, right? Now these two blue lines are my TPs, basically take profits, but like how I trade, I usually trim 20-30. By the time it hits 40, I'm usually majorly out of the play, right? Meaning if I have, let's say I play 40 cons, by the time it hits 40%, I'm majority out like 35 cons out of those 40, right? So if it does decide to run, I absolutely let it run with peace because I know that I've secured profit, right? So, and then after that, 30%, once after it hits 30%, I bring my stop loss to break even, meaning if I get filled at, let's say I get filled at 0.97 cents, let's say the contract runs to like, let's say $1.50, right? And then let's say it comes back to 99 cents or whatever, 0.90, that's literally break even, right? So I'm not losing anything, right? And yeah, so as you guys can see here on the 3-minute, we create the FEG, right? Now, once a 3-minute creates, I literally tell the chat all the time. I tell you guys all the time, once that 3-minute creates, you want it to follow up on the 5 minutes. You guys could tell here on the 5-minute, what do we see? We create that FEG on the 5, right? And then literally, y'all, how you guys would know your play, by the time it hits my TP, literally we're up like, I want to say like 60%, because by the time I hit this second TP is where I sold. I was up like 113-15% around there, and these ended up still going, and they're still going to as of right now, y'all. So we're literally creating a new high, because if you guys see on the weekly time frame, right, we're just hood is just creating new highs here, right? We just broke one and we were able to catch it. Look at the 1 hour right here, inside gave me entry, boom, right? But yeah, those are literally the three things that you have to look for when you're taking this strategy, right? All those three things, right? You want, because sometimes, right, what it could do, it could trigger the inside high or the low depending on where it wants to go. It could be above the VWAC, it could be above the 21 if you want to take some calls, and it doesn't create a FEG. Usually those type of plays, they're kind of wick plays, which you could still take advantage of, but you really want continuation plays like this, right? And yeah, as you guys could see, even on the 15-minute time frame, what did we create? Literally a FEG as well, y'all. So literally you want your play to continue to create imbalances, because all imbalances are doing, like as you guys can see right here, we come back to the imbalance and it just continues to go higher, right? So yeah, that was pretty much my play for hood. W to everyone who took it on live, and hopefully these help you guys out to kind of look back and see what kind of are the confirmations, right? And just for you guys to be able to be more comfortable with taking plays by yourself and actually pull the trigger and see what this what Yuli's strat is able to do for you, right? So yeah, beautiful play, y'all. Look, this is the 1 hour, how it looks on the 1 hour, right? 4 hour as well. Look, literally inside, we're taking breakout, boom, look. And we ended up getting 129 calls at 184, I believe. And these contracts are literally, let me see where these contracts are at right now. They're at $612. Mind you, we got filled at like 184, 185. Yeah, that's like $400 or $500 per con per profit. For profit, right? I had 30 of these, y'all. So I could have made a big bag today. But yeah, this is literally what we had took, as you guys could tell. This is 100%, and I'm down to one contract here. This was the play. And yeah, it's just another part of the plan, right? Now, if you guys look to your right, I had all these insides, right? Mind you, Nvidia ended up going, right? PLTR was kind of just a false breakout. Hims ended up going, I believe. Yeah, Hims had a nice little move to the upside. I believe AMD ended up going as well, y'all. It had an inside like down here, I believe. Yeah, look, breakout. It went to TP1 at least. Amazon had a little bit of a breakout as well. So we definitely, with days like this when it's a lot of insights, we want to choose the one that has the full break and the full confidence to go and continue with the volume, right? Because a lot of the times when there's a lot of insights, it just means markets in range. And, with chop and everything, our strategy does not like that, right? So we definitely chose the right stock to execute it on today. Mind you, Hood, I literally said this yesterday when we charted to plan for today, the game plan. Hood had double inside days, right? As you guys could tell, this was from Thursday going into Friday. Look, inside day. We had a little bit of a gap down. You can't see here on the 4-hour, but you could see here on the 1-hour. We had a little bit of a gap down, right? We had already rejected off it about 2-3 times, meaning it's weak. This is where I go for the gap fill, and then boom, look. Aim for these highs. This high gets taken out, this high, and then we create all-time highs. Y'all, look. Literally. But yeah, y'all, hopefully you guys love these videos. Look back on these, and yeah,